Dear friends, another installment from the Barefoot Monk. A fool for Christ, but as they say in Ireland, not an idiot or an idiot. The title of this reflection is Finding Your Hidden Treasure. Treasure? What treasure? Many people write about treasure, spiritual treasure. It can only be found in a certain way. It can only be found by doing certain things in a specific way. So what is this treasure? Well, before we share more about treasure, I would like to read to you a quote from Eckhart Tolle in Stillness Speaks, a wonderful, wonderful book. And here he says, "When you know who you truly are, there is an abiding, alive sense of peace. You could call it joy, because that's what joy is. Vibrantly alive peace. It is the joy of knowing yourself as the very life essence before life takes on form. That is the joy of being who you truly are. For me, that really is my treasure. And many of us don't really find our hidden treasure straight away. Many of us have to go a long, long, long way. And instead of stopping at the red traffic light, we take chances. And instead of listening to our heart, we go right through those stop signs and we carry on regardless. And I can only share with you my journey. And it's been fun, it's been sad, it's been traumatic, it's been a challenge. But you know what? I finally found my hidden treasure after 63 years in a wilderness of fear. The seedbed of fear left me totally bereft of a loving God. Oh yes, I was brought up a Christian. And in the early days, my Christian faith, in the end, became one of the greatest crosses I had to bear, because it alienated me from the whole concept that God is a God of love. And that was really down to fear. And I was fooled into believing that my belief was the right belief and the only belief, the one holy apostolic faith. And I realize now from walking a simpler life with Jesus as a bride of Christ, as an enclosed monastic, that is pure heresy. Oh, and I tell you, I've had to ask for forgiveness on more than one occasion. In fact, it's becoming a daily occurrence where I'm made aware of things I've done or said that have violated the love of God. For daring to be such a pompous pain in the rear end. When I think back when I was a young Catholic nursing monk training as a nurse in Manchester, patients were afraid of me who had no belief, because they could see me coming. Holy Joe, here he is. I scared people, and I am so apologetic for that now. And to me, the Bible bashers don't focus in God's plan for redemption. Bible bashing is not God's plan for his children. And those who insist on ramming it down your throat like unpleasant medicine is more to do with ego than it is to do with making disciples of love. So finding your hidden treasure, it's there. But how do you find it? And you know, in all the videos I keep mentioning or referencing, surrender your heart. And one book that really catapulted me into this lifestyle is the wonderful book, The Interior Castle, by the most incredible mystic, Teresa of Avila. Yes, she was a Catholic. Yes, she was an enclosed nun. Yes, she was Spanish. Yes, she was volatile. And yes, she was human. Because when she was thrown off her donkey into that cowpat, she's the only woman of God in history who stood up with her fist to God and said, if this is how you treat your servants, it's no wonder you've so few. But Teresa says that when you come to find your treasure, you have to come away from your spiritual religious family. Not reject them, but just step outside and take a deep breath and ask God, what does God want you to do in order to find your hidden treasure? And that hidden treasure is there. That treasure is there for all of us. And it's about embracing love. It's about embracing your truth. It's about embracing who you are. It's about surrendering your heart to love. And once you find that hidden treasure, you will never compromise it or give it away. Namaste.